Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. A little bit chilly, but not too bad. Gorgeous day. Getting some sun on my face, so if I'm squinting, that's why. Today I wanted to talk about physical treatments. So I guess the topic is physical treatments may delay recovery. I'll tell you why in a minute. So, we'll breathe a little bit. Let your body relax. All right, so physical treatments may delay your recovery. So let's define physical treatments. Physical therapy, chiropractic, acupuncture, massage, ice packs, heat packs, pain creams that you rub on your body. What else? Any type of stuff like that, where you're actually treating the body. Injections, whether it be into your spine or joints with steroidal injections, nerve blocks, things like that. Those are all physical treatments where you are trying to have somebody else come and do something to your body to give you some pain relief. Well, let's first understand it. Those things are under the category of pain management or pain relief, which just by definition means it's not the cure. We're just trying to help you cope a little bit better. So, why would you want to go manage something that you want to get rid of? And that is actually able to be reversed and eliminated. So I really think if you're doing stuff like that, you're spending time searching for relief. And I get it. I know that the symptoms can be extremely challenging, painful. But do you want to get rid of them? Or do you want to manage them? And I know for many of us, just the idea of it, even just a little bit of relief would be wonderful. So I get it, and we're tempted. And then we hear these practitioners saying, oh yeah, come on out for chiropractic, I'll get you fixed up. And we believe that somebody else can fix us. So here's why that's not a good idea and why it may delay recovery. Because every time you treat your body, whether it be something you do at home, even things like stretching, I did that for years, never got me anywhere. Gave me a little bit of relief for like 20 minutes, but then, I was right back where I was. So, why is it a bad idea? Because every time you're treating your body, you're basically sending a direct message to the brain, because the brain's paying attention to everything, saying, my body's the issue. I have a problem with my body. I'm putting ice on it, heat on it, going for treatments, chiropractic, acupuncture, massage, physical therapy. I have to strengthen this muscle, loosen that one, stretch me out. What you're saying is, I don't believe in this thing called TMS or mind-body syndrome. I don't believe that perceived danger creates pain. Because if you did, you wouldn't be trying to fix your body, which is not the challenge. Yes, your body is where the brain is, projecting the symptoms or the pains to. But the body's not the cause. TMS, by definition, means that your body's okay already. Anything seen on imaging studies are normal abnormalities. So why are you treating the body? And the analogy I'll give you is, you walk into the kitchen in the middle of the night, splash, you step in a puddle of water, and you notice, oh my goodness, there's water all over the floor. Let me go get some mops and towels and start mopping it up. You're treating this symptom. Treating this symptom as it relates to chronic pain or other chronic symptoms is not the way to get it to resolve. So in the case of the kitchen sink overflowing, and you're just spending your time mopping the floor, how about you go to the spigot and turn the water off? Because the stopper was in and it's overflowing, right? You got to solve the problem at the root core, which is a brain perceiving danger. Because every attempt to try to treat and manage the symptoms with physical treatments is just going to delay recovery, because you are telling the brain specifically, this is a body problem, right? So very important. Now I can just imagine there's a whole bunch of people saying, well, Dan, what about medication? Isn't that a physical treatment? I'll say that line is a little bit blurry. Medication, if you're taking it to manage your pain and kind of cure you or fix you, it's not a great long-term solution. I don't think many of us in this mind-body community really think medication is the cure or the solution. But if it can give you a benefit, some people end up taking it at their doctor's recommendation, or they go requesting of the doctor for the medications. Now, my take, and I'm not a doctor, I can't recommend for or against medication, but if you are on medication and it is providing you a benefit, some relief, take it until you no longer need it. Meaning, take it until this mind-body work, this knowledge and safety training work that we do here, bears fruit and the symptoms resolve. And when you decide that you no longer need it, work with your medical doctor or prescribing doctor to taper off safely. Don't just stop. Taper off in accordance with, recommended taper schedules. But if you're going to take the medication, here's the twist. Do it with the proper intention, right? Look at that pill and go, you're not the cure. I know the brain is creating the pain. I know that teaching my brain that we're safe with accurate knowledge and calming the system down is the cure. But this is self-kindness. This is a measure of self-compassion, self-love, and self-kindness. And if it helps you and you're getting a benefit, great. Now look, on the other hand, if the medications don't even touch the symptoms, then I don't recommend them, because there's obviously other complications with medications. So I know I was going to get that question. I wanted to tackle it here. But it's really important to just recognize that a little bit of temporary relief might be delaying recovery or even preventing it from happening, over time. Because as long as you're confusing your brain, you're teaching the brain, this is a body problem. Look, I'm massaging this, I'm stretching that, I'm working this out, I'm strengthening this, I'm doing needles and acupuncture and chiropractic and all that stuff, physical therapy. You're basically saying to the brain, and the brain's listening, trust me, the brain is listening, this is a body problem. So you have to be really consistent, really clear. Clarity matters. This is a brain-created symptom or sensation. And so the solution is not all of these physical treatments. In my personal experience, it doesn't work. And I've tried a boatload of them. I know people who have, boxes full of gadgets and devices and, foam rollers and, tennis balls and trigger point mats and all sorts of stuff. Those aren't the solutions. If they give you a little bit of temporary relief, but then, the minute you stop them, that relief goes away, ask yourself, is that temporary relief worth delaying my recovery completely? And I'd venture to say the answer is no. So I really want you to ponder this. And for anybody who's going, Dan, you can't take away my heat pack or my heating pad or whatever, I'm not taking anything away. These are decisions that you make for yourself. I'm just laying out what the decision is and the potential consequences of it delaying recovery, because the continued usage of those devices, creams, gadgets, treatments will convince the brain that your body's the problem. And if the brain is perceiving that the body's the problem, what do you think it's going to do? It's going to keep the pain going because you got a body problem. And it's trying to warn you from using that body so you don't cause damage, right? So listen to the stories you're telling yourself. Listen to the language you're using when you describe your symptoms. Are you using medical terms, or are you saying, I've got perceived danger pain in the hip? I've got perceived danger pain in my head, not some fancy name for a migraine. Do you have fibromyalgia, or do you have perceived danger pain in multiple areas? Do you have chronic fatigue syndrome, or is your brain creating fatigue because of perceived danger? Drop the medical labels, and if you can and are willing to, drop the physical treatments. And if that scares the heck out of you, wean yourself off of them. If you're using a heat pack, 6 times a day, okay. For a little while, use it 5 times a day, and then 4 times a day, and then 3 times a day. What you're going to notice is, in general, if you do it without fear, symptoms generally don't get worse. If you're terrified to stop, you're feeding and fueling the symptoms. And if things increase, evaluate, how terrified am I? How scared am I of stopping this physical treatment? So go in gradually if you need to. But inevitably, story I'll tell, a lady I was working with had pain in the pelvic area, and every night she would go to sleep with an ice pack between her legs. And she was terrified to stop. Every single night she was like, I can't fall asleep without it. Inevitably, she stopped. 3 days later, she was no worse off, and now she was able to stop putting ice between her legs during the night. And so it took a few days, and maybe things were a little bit more colorful for those first few days. But inevitably what she did was she showed herself the ice wasn't the cure. And once I got rid of the fear of not having it and stopped using it, I was at least at baseline. And then from there she could say, it's not the body. And that's a lesson learned that she can carry forward in her recovery. So keep this stuff in mind. If you're doing physical treatments, what are they? And why are you doing them? And does it truly give you relief? And if so, for how long? And is that relief worth delaying recovery for the near term and possibly long term? Because here's the other challenge. When you're going to these practitioners for these treatments, inevitably, they're planting seeds in your head, which is, oh boy, this joint, this, whatever, this part of your body, the muscle's tight, they're not strong enough, you've got this, you've got that. All those practitioners are coming from a biomechanical standpoint, which is just creating more doubt, fear, and confusion. So just be extremely aware. For the people who want to get a massage, I'll touch on that. If you're getting a massage to pamper yourself, wonderful. If you're getting a massage to fix the muscles in your lower back that are constantly in spasm and tight, that's not a good idea. If you want to go get pampered, tell that massage therapist, instruct them clearly. I don't want to hear about my body. I don't want you to focus on any one part of my body. All right? If you find tight muscles or a knot in my back, whatever, I don't want to hear about it. Pamper me. Make me feel good. I am here to relax and enjoy a massage. Don't tell me what's wrong with me. So that's a way that you can also still treat yourself to some self-care without it kind of backfiring on you by a massage therapist, for example, telling you everything that's wrong with your back. And boy, your muscles are sure tight. And oh boy, you're going to walk out of there going, wow, no wonder I hurt so much. My muscles are so tight. My back is all knotted. I had knots in my back for years. I may still. I don't even know. It's not the muscles. The muscles are the result of the problem, which is TMS and perceived danger. So, love you guys and gals. I'm going to wrap this one up. Physical treatments. Is that little bit of relief worth delaying your recovery? I don't think so. So, love you. We will see you tomorrow. Take care. High five.